You're listening to the Decentralized Talk Podcast, your crypto connection.
Decentralized Talk. Decentralized Talk.
All right, guys. Welcome to another outstanding episode of the Decentralized Talk Podcast, the best crypto podcast still pumping ZenFin. This is your place to break down crypto happenings. It's not funny if you guys are on mute and you don't laugh.
I think you mean the only podcast still pumping ZenFin.
I'm gonna try that again.
The only podcast that ever.
My laugh track.
I'll add that in post.
P, I need you to be a laugh track. That's great. Your fake laugh made me laugh. For real. All right. This is your place to break down crypto happenings and general bullshit currently happening in the crypto markets. We're going to talk about crypto influencers, and we're growing our audience week to week, every week, week over week. If you want to subscribe on your favorite platform. We are on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Music, Spotify, passively on MusicCoin. We are the only crypto podcast that gets to work early. So like the French police, we can beat the crowd.
Oh.
This is not investing advice. This is just our opinions. Please do your own research when investing in cryptocurrencies. All right. So today's topic is
Crypto influencers and
stuff about them.
Okay. All right. So what do we got here? Top crypto influencers.
So who's y'all's favorite crypto influencer?
Obviously, I don't know if I would say my favorite crypto influencer, but my favorite crypto person to follow and watch and read stuff about is John McAfee.
Oh.
Just because he's so entertaining. I mean, I don't know that he actually
doesn't
is
provide that much
good for
value.
crypto. Yeah.
Necessarily. And I'm pretty sure for a while last year, he was just strictly pumping ICOs for his own benefit.
Yeah.
So he's not necessarily the guy you want to get all kinds of advice and stuff like that from, but he is entertaining.
He's also good for the space in a publicity style, but kind of the all publicity is good publicity because it's not always positive publicity with him.
Definitely.
Well, I always felt like with John McAfee, he's built his entire empire on security. And if currency goes digital, good God, will there be a need for digital security?
Yeah, but he doesn't own any of it anymore.
Encryption. Yeah, but I think he's a consultant, right? He consults for a lot of all.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. To me, it's got to be. I mean, if he's looking long term, and maybe he's got some fountain of youth, but that guy, he can't have many years left.
Just the way he's lived.
The way he's lived. And shit, he's almost 80, isn't he?
Yeah, I didn't know he was British.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
British American.
I did not know that either.
Oh yeah, he's a cheeky monkey.
What about you, Brandon? Who's your favorite crypto influencer? You can name more than one too. It doesn't matter. There's a ton of them.
I would say Magic Poop Cannon.
Magic Poop Cannon, huh?
Yeah, I just think because I think so many times we get caught up in this bull train, in this hodl train, and it's funny because he's really kind of proven to be right. I don't know if he still is, but for a very long time he was the number one documented trader on TradingView. So I mean, you can agree with him or disagree with him, or like from an ideological perspective, but from a numbers perspective and from a results perspective, he was right. And he called the bear market and he called the crash. And I think he's still calling a crash right now down to around 1,100.
The thing about Magic Buchanan too is he's not strictly stock market, or he's not strictly crypto. He's all markets. He's not even
his fundamentals. Yeah,
he's just a technical reader of charts, basically.
yeah. I'll never forget the first time. I think I copied it and slacked it out to maybe both of y'all, but at least Hesto, at least a Bitcoin backpacker, and he said that this is like one of the biggest bear flags he's ever seen in history, and it was like this imminent crash coming, and I remember thinking like, this sucks. Like for this guy to say that when, he had picked before he predicted the crash, he had picked plenty of like Cardano and like other ones that he rode and got in and got out. And I even followed one of them and made a little bit of money on one of his trades. And I was just really impressed with it. And like, I don't like it to be true. It's not like warm and fuzzy, but it's what's happening, and that's why I like to follow him. Bitcoin backpacker, who are you influenced by?
I'm pretty heavy into crypto Twitter. It's honestly, it's pretty hard to just pick one. I'm a real big fan of Eric Voorhees. I watched a debate that he did. You guys should all check this out. Anybody listening?
Did you say Jason Voorhees?
No, Eric Voorhees. He's been in Bitcoin since the beginning. But I think everybody should watch this. It's like an hour and a half long debate that he does with Peter Schiff. He's like this commodities, long-term, super famous commodities trader guy. But they do a debate on the topic, is Bitcoin the future of money? And Eric Voorhees takes the side of yes, it is. And Peter Schiff takes the side of no, it isn't. And he just does an amazing job of explaining Bitcoin in a way that anybody can understand, and really just knocking down every single fail point that Peter Schiff can come up with. It's a really good debate. I think everybody should watch that, honestly, that's even interested in Bitcoin. So yeah, I'd say Eric Voorhees is definitely up there on the list for me. As far as on Twitter, Pomp is a really good one. I think he just pushes out great content. He's a really good daily newsletter, and he just seems, he's a good writer, I think is what it is. He just writes really well. He's a good journalist. So those are the main ones for me. But I mean, there's so many. Yeah.
I'm surprised Antonopoulos didn't come up.
He's almost like the Godfather in this crypto world.
Godfather.
Seems like he knows
Come
so
to me
much.
on this day.
He's always been there.
My daughter's wedding.
He wrote a book
about Bitcoin.
He wrote a book that was the same name as our first website.
Surprised he hadn't wanted to buy that from us yet.
Yeah. Hey, you can have it.
You can have it.
You can have it. We'll sell it for cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch, man. You got the Winklevoss twins.
Roger
Crypto Cobain's on there.
Yeah, you got Tim Draper. Roger Bear's huge. Vitalik, obviously. Charlie Lee.
Charlie.
I'm a big Charlie Lee
Also
fan.
a top 10 password
for
2018.
Yeah, that was interesting list that you sent. Okay, for those that don't know what we're talking about, so the 2018 list of the most used passwords came out. Let's go over this list.
Charlie was one of them. Although it wasn't top 10, it was like 20.
Yeah, but still, I mean, that's just...
Yeah. As we talk about security, it's crazy how few people take it seriously at all. I mean, top password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or password. I think we're 1 and 2.
All right, so yeah, let's kind of go through some of these passwords here. So yeah, the number one most used password is the same number one most used password from last year, is 123456. Number 2 is the same one as last year, password. I mean, really, that many people are still using password as their password? That's surprising.
Well, it's a
Well,
lot
there
of
you
things.
go. It's so surprising that they're thinking like nobody would think.
No one
this.
ever
No
guessed I
one
would use
This
ever
would
gonna
totally
guess.
surprise somebody.
It's like they're all as simple as you can get. Let's just go down the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's number 5. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's number 6. I mean, they're all just so easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then all of a sudden, sunshine.
Sunshine.
The number 8 most used password is sunshine. Where did that come from?
People like being happy.
Rounding out the top 10 is
It's because people are like, what should my password be? And literally, they just look out the window.
sunshine.
Sunshine. Nobody will ever think of that. Nobody else could be possibly looking at this at the same time as me.
Number 10 is I love you. Number 11, princess.
Princess.
Number 12 is admin. I can see that. I think every router password is admin by
To
default.
start.
Yeah. 13 is welcome. 14, 666. 15, ABC 123. 16, football.
That's surprising. I guess soccer is football too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't that spelled with a U?
I don't know. Maybe these is just Americans.
True, yeah. Well, it's got to be because they're all English words. Number 17 is 123 123. Number 18 is monkey. Number 19 654 321.
Oh.
Number 20, it seems like it would be secure, but it's literally like from left to right. So it's exclamation point, @, hashtag, $, percentage sign, the caret, ampersand, star, or the asterisk. It's just 1 through 8 with the shift held down. 21, just out of nowhere, Charlie. 22,
The
A.
ever popular Kanye West password 0000.
Right.
22 is AA 123456. 23 is Donald.
Donald.
24 is password 1. And 25 is QWERTY123. Yeah, it really does make me feel way better about my password. And I kind of use I was about to tell you
what is the best password?
I think that is the best password.
What is the best pin?
What is the best password? ? Now, that list makes me feel way more secure about my passwords. I thought my passwords were not very good. So I think statistically, the best passwords are like full sentences or for like questions and stuff like that. Like, is Martha Stewart a man? ? With the A being an @ sign or something like that. And it uses a combination of letters and numbers like that. Those are the best, most secure. But it sounds like nobody uses that shit. They just use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I bet more people
and then you
would.
expect them to remember a passphrase and a password and all this.
And you got to change it every 3 months or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. I got 8
it.
passwords. They all change on different dates within 3 months, and it's like, yeah.
I mean, I could tell you, like,
nobody's trying to break into my fucking like work email. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, it has to be secure, but like
that trader that's going to lie to you about those 50,000 soybeans he sold.
It used to be people were trying to break into my crypto wallet, but now nobody's even trying to do that shit. They're just like, you can keep your damn shit coins. I don't want those. They'll break in and they'll see what I got and they'll be like, never mind.
Ooh.
I don't want any more Sia coin. But I mean, being in IT, and Dustin, I'm sure you could test this too. You would be amazed at how many people will email their password to you. Like I've for one of the clients that I do IT for, we reset the password annually, and so they receive this notification of like your password will be reset, and then it gets closer, your password's about to be reset, and then they get one that says like your password has been reset if they don't change it in that time. Well, like I've had so many people email me after they received the email saying their password's changed with their password, saying, I don't remember changing it. This is my password. And then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. And I'm like, but what really? I don't.
Well, that's why there's whole houses overseas of people that have fake. They're like fake tech support.
Yeah,
and they just
really are
use like regular God, what is it? It's been a long time since I've done IT stuff, but when they get on your computer and like they take it over, what is it called?
Yeah, remoting in.
Remote. Yeah, when somebody remotes in, so they basically use like the free remote in software.
Yeah,
and
I get those calls all the time.
Have you seen the YouTube videos?
Microsoft,
they get them back.
Oh yeah, those are great.
They trick them into giving them access to their computer, and then they upload a virus and they'll shut down a call center of hackers or of scammers.
That's just beautiful. But no, I get calls all the time, and they're usually elderly, and they say, I don't know, I got a thing on my computer, and it said I had a virus. It was from Microsoft. Had a number, I called it. They got into my computer, and then they started being real rude to me because I wouldn't enter my credit card number, and I started to get scared, so I hung up. Now I called you, and I'm like, you ass. You now have a virus. And they're probably listening to us right now.
Yeah. And by the way, what was that credit card number, sir?
Yeah. Let me get that credit card number just to make sure they didn't hack into it.
What's your password? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 again, sir? Oh no, you changed it to Donald. Good. Smart.
So just so we can try to stay on topic for this episode, crypto influencers. I mean, like we've said, there's a million of them, but what's y'all's opinion on if they really are providing value, or does that just depend on the influencer itself?
I'm sure it definitely depends on the influencer, and then also what are you referring to in terms of value as
entertainment value.
Yeah, because there's entertainment value, there's publicity for the space, there's information on individual coins, there's all of these influencers can supply a different kind of value per se, trading on a daily basis value.
Oh yeah, not to mention the charters.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, it really depends on what you're looking for, because I would say McAfee definitely entertainment value mostly, and just to get the word out. Vitalik probably just information about Ethereum mostly, and some spatial value overall. It really just depends.
Vitalik has a high entertainment value for me.
Yeah,
just all the meme. The guy is like a walking, living meme.
True. Or zombie.
Who, Vitalik?
Yeah.
Yeah, he totally is. The picture that I've seen for months now with him staring at the girl that they photoshopped him in there, and she's holding a little stuffed snake. I mean, that kills me every single time I see it. He just looks so scary. Like he's literally about to just kill her right there. But it's photoshopped. There's not even a girl there. But yeah, no, I think you're right. That was kind of the answer I was looking for. I kind of opened it up for that. But I think you're right. I think it does just depend on what kind of value you're looking for, because there's lots of charters out there. I would say probably 90% of them have no earthly idea what they're talking about. But they're trying to provide some value. There's a bunch of people that just have some libertarian views on things, and that's kind of the stance they come from when it comes to crypto. And there's lots of people that know the technicals about it, like Antonopoulos, and they can really go into depth about how blockchain works and all that kind of stuff. But like the thing I think that is dangerous is when you start seeing these influencers as not just like a source of information, but more like an
Gods
all-knowing source of information,
Hey,
and I think that happens a lot.
did y'all see where the Satoshi profile has got reactivated?
Yeah,
And befriended someone?
I didn't see that it befriended somebody. I did see it got reactivated, but I heard it got hacked.
Well, somebody, or I guess from what I saw, it was like the domain for the email that was used came up for sale, and somebody else bought it or something like that, and then basically hacked into that account using the email address or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But I did see it was reactivated on one of the forums. But I think everybody kind of came to the conclusion that it was not really Satoshi. It was some kind of hack. Now, he's probably the biggest influencer of all time, right? As far as crypto.
Yeah. I mean, he would have to be.
So, I mean, I think the ones that are the most dangerous are these technical trader influencers that are spitting out charts and trends and buy signals, and usually they're like heading some kind of paid group. Paid groups are huge in crypto. They have been really since the bear market really took full hold a couple of months ago. Paid groups have just been everywhere on Telegram. And I think they're just really, 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 really dangerous because, I mean, they're offering buy signal
groups. If you want to join a paid group, join it. Well, I feel the same way about joining a paid group as I do about investing in crypto. If you want to fucking roll your money on the dice that you're gonna win on Zenfin Classic, then go for it.
Go for it.
Oh, we lost him. Oh, no.
Is it back now?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're freezing pretty
back?
hard though.
Probably
I think it's
outside.
just like any investment though. I mean, if you're going to invest in a paid group and, research the paid group, look into it. If you like it, it depends on how much you're paying and what value you're getting out of it. I mean, you could consider iTunes Music a paid group because you're getting entertainment out of the whatever, and maybe you're just getting entertainment out of your paid Telegram group, or maybe you're getting beneficial information. Who's to say you're not getting any of those? And if you feel the value there, go for it.
I think the reason that it puts a bad taste in my mouth is because
it sounds scammy.
Yeah, well, it does, but not just that. But I think that technical analysis it's a skill that pretty much everybody can learn, but it's a skill that very, very few people can really perfect.
Well, it's predicting human emotion, basically.
Yeah, and that's why it just is not always correct. And so to pay someone to try to predict human emotion better than you can because, they've been doing it longer or whatever, I just think is really risky. So, yeah, I mean, I get that sentiment that, it's your money. If you want to throw it away, then throw it away. But I think a lot of people aren't going in thinking they're throwing their money away. I think they're thinking that, okay, I'm going to follow this guy. He's going to give me good advice, and I'm going to buy it right here. He says to buy it right here. Then I'm going to buy it right here, and then I'm going to get rid of it right here. And I think a lot of people have lost their shirts again because they were already in a bear market, and then they joined a paid group and thought this was going to be what turned it around for them, and then it wasn't.
Well, you should always not only do research but then test the theories as well. So if you get into the pay group and you want to start, follow some of the trades before you actually put some of your own skin in the game. Make sure that what they're doing is you always want to test theories before you start using them, and you should always do that with little or nothing first, just to see if it's going to work. You're not going to go in and throw all your money at something, or you shouldn't, if you don't know what it can do or what it has done in the past.
If you could, if you could ban paid groups like from Twitter, would you do it?
No. There's paid groups for stock market tips and all that too. I mean, they're all over the place. Some of them are scammy. Some of them are great. Some of them are information. I mean, there's classes that you can take. What you want to learn and what you want to pay for. And I mean, so some of it is what it is.
I mean, it's part of the free economy, and that's more power to them. But I just feel like
we need to have paid groups soon.
Anybody that would pay me for financial advice, I would just give them a refund immediately and say, there must be an error. I
saw an article. It was about options trading, and there was a website, and I forget the name of the website, so I don't want to say, but it was something.com. And,
I think I've heard
let me pull it up right now.
Yeah, and they basically put out an ad that was like 100% guaranteed profits on our investments, and then they did some trades in the options market and basically lost everybody's money that invested. And then not only that, over leveraged themselves. So they got a margin call on all these people's money. So I had to put out a press release that was like, hey, so not only did we lose all your money, but you owe these people money too because we invested your money. So you're going to be getting a margin call from them, and they're going to be asking you for money. You're going to need to pay that. Sorry.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
Yeah, that. And apparently they put out like an apology on YouTube. You can, it's out there somewhere.
Sometimes sorry just doesn't cut it. Sometimes sorry just doesn't cut it.
But that's guaranteed profits is not usually a good thing.
Yeah, no, I've seen that on one of those the trading bots.
Yeah,
I've seen that on one of the trading bot websites. Like, we guarantee profit. The bot doesn't work unless it's for profit.
You know what?
It's like, well, if that's the case, then literally everyone would be using it right now. If it never failed, then 7 billion people would be using it just to always win.
Reminds me of a quote that a wise person once told me about there was an old bull and a young bull sitting on a mountain. I don't remember exactly how the rest of it goes.
What? What?
But I bet Brandon.
That's the story?
You don't know the story, Heston?
I don't think so.
Oh, Jesus. Well, let me let you in on.
Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait.
Manhood.
Let's wake Brandon up.
I was trying to pull him out of his slumber here with the.
So there's this old bull and this young bull, and they're sitting on a mountain, and the young bull looks at the old bull, kicks him in the hip, says, "Hey man, you see all those heifers down there?" He says, "Yeah." He said, "Let's go run down there and screw us one of them heifers." The old bull says, "Dude, calm down. Let's walk down there and screw them all."
It's a great story.
And it 100% applies to exactly what we're talking about.
This story applies to pretty much everything.
Oh, yeah. Like just life in general.
Patience is a virtue.
Patience is a virtue.
You're patient, you get to screw a bunch of heifers.
Well, if you're a cow, that's pretty tight.
I've heard the term heifer referred to other things other than cows.
Yeah, well, like I said, if you're a cow, that's pretty tight.
Like moose.
That's
So-
misogynistic.
So what do y'all think about these crypto Twitter peeps? Because I mean, we are in crypto Twitter.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, we are part of crypto Twitter. My personal Twitter is part of crypto Twitter. So I mean, what do you guys honestly think about crypto?
I think it's like the NBA. I think there's a handful of people making bukus of money, and everybody else is making league minimum. And that's what it is. It's what it is. And you have an NBA career, or let's probably pro football is probably a better example. You got a pro football career where you make league minimums $250,000 a year, or maybe it's higher than that this year. And you do that. You play on the practice team for a couple of years. You rotate through a couple different towns, and you lose your usefulness after you turn about 24, 25 years old. And that's what happens to almost every single person that plays pro football. And there's a little handful of people that are superstars and make a shitload of money. And I think it's the same thing in the crypto space. Almost everybody makes nothing. There's a handful of people that make almost dirt. And then there's this massive gap, and then there's these influencers. Those people on the top 100 list, I bet half of them, hell, on the bottom of that top 100 list of influencers, a person had like 9,000, like the number 100 person had like 9,000 followers. 9,000 followers is not getting you paid. So you got to be doing something else. You've accumulated those 9,000 followers, I mean, some other way than just being on Twitter all the time. The other thing is the amount of time that you have to spend to dedicate your life to tweeting all day, and then to try to come up with something cogent is massive. And
Well, to use your sports analogy, I think you have the people that are in it for the money, you have the people that are in it for the love of the game, and you have the people that are in it, well, maybe not as sports analogous, but just as a passive, they're not, they have another primary source of time spent, but they're passive.
Oh yeah, I mean just specifically on our show, we've had two different types of crypto Twitter personalities. I mean, we had Crypto Euclid on almost a year ago now, I guess. And he tweets 30 times a day, and his value is completely different than Deus Ex Machina, which probably tweets every day, a few times a day maybe, but his tweets are completely different than Euclid's, and they both have about the same amount of followers.
Bitcoin dudes who are completely different than the other two.
Yeah, Bitcoin dude likes to tweet out a bunch of news articles and stuff like that.
The dude
Now,
likes
he's
to
got
mix it
a
up.
lot of followers.
He likes to mix it up.
He sometimes he'll tweet about like his motorcycle and stuff, and then he'll tweet about Bitcoin. And I think that's that to me makes it more appealing to look at the dude's stuff. It's like it's quick. It's like, hey, here's a picture of my motorcycle. I'm like, oh, that's pretty dope. It's a dope motorcycle. And then, with Twitter, it's like a dopamine hit, and then I move on. Or it's like, hey,
it makes it more personal.
Yeah, but I think some people try way too fucking hard.
Yeah.
And but then again, they got more followers than I do, so maybe.
I don't know how I see Twitter is, like at least my Twitter account. My whole life is not crypto, and I get that some people's whole life is crypto. But I think I respect the Twitter accounts that talk about things other than just crypto more than the ones that are just in a crypto bubble. No pun intended.
Well, and then you have different kind of accounts too, because you have then you have business accounts and company
Yeah.
accounts and all that stuff, not just.
I mean, when I hear like crypto Wendio, I kind of expect a tweet about crypto, you know. But if I or Pomp, you know, he's probably going to be tweet about crypto like 95% of the time. But somebody like Deus Ex Machina, he might tweet about what happened in his day or what?
Dirty Dan.
Dirty Dan, yeah. He might tweet about what happened in his day or, you know, what have you. And I don't know, I kind of just, those just seem more genuine to me because it seems like there's a person behind him. And I actually tweeted this out just maybe today or yesterday, is I find it like curious to me that like so many people in crypto Twitter don't show their face. There was a tweet the other day where Crypto Jim, have you all seen her? She's like this blonde girl on crypto Twitter. Anyway, she tweeted out a video of her doing a terrible Irish accent. I mean, terrible. It was so bad. But she was like, hey, I'm doing a giveaway. Whoever does the best Irish accent will win a surprise. And almost every single response was of somebody recording a wall or just pitch black or some, you know, nobody shows their face. No, not very many people in crypto Twitter show their face. And so I tweeted out kind of just asking, and the most given response was privacy, because people in crypto, they probably most likely like their privacy, so they won't, you know, they don't show their real identity.
Well, not only that, but crypto is like one of the worst. Like, dude, crypto is filled with hackers.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So like, I mean,
white hat programmers.
I get why people don't show their face, but I don't know. For me, just for me personally, I kind of prefer the ones that seem like there's a real person behind that keyboard and not just somebody that.
Well, it depends on what I'm looking for that day, or you know what I'm in the mood for. If I'm looking for, you know, trading information technicals, then I'm looking at, you know, Magic Poop Cannon, you know, somebody like that. If I'm just browsing Twitter casually for entertainment, I may find, you know, somebody else's Twitter. And
what's his name
on that one?
Spooky McFunface or something.
Yeah,
at shitposter child.
And it's kind of nice. I mean, because you pick who you want to follow, obviously. So if you know, and then you can get a nice mix mash of all of them and just have information from all spectrums.
I like crypto Twitter for the most part. Sometimes it does feel like a little high school where you got your clicks here and there. And I don't really like that aspect of it. But I mean, it is a community. And it is a community, and for the most part, it's a friendly community. I think lately, as the bear market's been going on, there is a lot of like quote unquote salt being thrown around. There's a lot of people arguing about things and stuff like that you didn't used to see, like when we first got on crypto Twitter. But I think for the most part, it's a good community, and there are some genuine people there, and they seem friendly and nice. At least with the interactions that I've had with them, they seem like, you know, genuinely good people for the most part.
Yeah, crypto Twitter's all right. Crypto Minds, that's where it needs to be. And that about wraps things up for this episode of The D. Be sure to tune in next week where we will blow your mind. And I'm not even going to tell you what it is.
It's going to get messy, all those minds being blown.
Because if I told you what it was, your mind would get blown. I think I probably already implied that.
Again.
That's a double mind blow. You're not coming back from that.
You can't double blow a triple blow.
Triple Sunday.
I think it could turn into a triple mind blow. Be sure to tune in next week.
It's for the Mega Bowl. It's the Mega Bowl, guys.
Yeah, Mega Bowl.
Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl.
At least they won the Mega Bowl. Stay tuned to find out if it's interesting or not. Check us out. Be sure to send comments at DTalk Podcast on Twitter and Facebook, DTalk on iTunes, and iHeartRadio, Spotify, Music Coin. Stay decent, crypto. Ugh, that's pretty good.
But okay. I'll just roll with it. If I got to re-record the outro, I'll do that. But man, you